This mom is going viral for the way she feeds her kids.
And there's their snack. It's a bunch of different kinds of marshmallows.
She uses a lot of seasoning and too much oil. People are concerned since her child is a 1-year-old having powdered donuts for breakfast. And while it's fine to have a sweet treat once in a while, this is not the case. Now, even more people are creating this type of content. They're getting so many views, likes, and fame because...
All right, my gorgeous gossip squad, welcome back to the tea party that just keeps brewing. If you thought we'd scraped the bottom of the donut mom drama barrel in part 1, buckle up, because Alexandra Sabol's saga is serving up a second helping of jaw-dropping chaos. We're diving deeper into the alleged mess. Think more neglectful parenting choices, questionable live streams, and a side of consumerist obsession that's got the internet clutching their pearls. As always, everything I'm dishing out is based on rumors and whispers floating around the TikTok sphere. Nothing confirmed, just the alleged shade that's got everyone talking. I'm not here to mom shame, but when kids are allegedly caught in the crossfire of clout chasing, I've got to call it out with my signature mix of sass, heart, and a sprinkle of humor. So, grab your iced coffee, hit that subscribe button, and let's unpack part 2 of this wild ride. Donut Mom's still out here, allegedly mistreating her kids, overfeeding them junk, and grifting off concern for their well-being, and trust me, it's a lot. Let's kick things off with the latest alleged bombshell, Alexandra's live streams. Word on the digital street is that she's been caught on camera doing some seriously neglectful stuff, and it's not just a one-off.
Leftovers. I have leftovers from 2 different restaurants we've been to in the past couple days, and that is what my kids are eating for dinner. It's my leftovers.
Donut Mom is giving her kids leftovers that she ate from her saliva all mixed up in there too. Yo, I eat my leftovers, but something about a parent giving their child an adult's leftovers is kinda gross.
Or characters, or whatever. You'll eat it at the plate. My daughter is gonna have my leftover chicken and rice and vegetables.
It's giving if it doesn't go to my kids, it's going
Okay,
in the
well, my
trash
daughter's
because
gonna
she
have my
wasn't about
leftover
to eat
chicken.
it herself.
Thank you.
Mom?
I have the broccoli for my son, and just like that, 2 plates of takeout food is gone. That was leftovers that I didn't eat, that my kids get to eat for dinner, and I don't have to cook. That's dinner.
Picture this. She's live for hours. Hours, people, showing off her TikTok shop hauls like it's a full-time job. We're talking piles of random stuff, from makeup brushes to who knows what, while her kids are allegedly running around, begging for a sliver of her attention. These are little humans, y'all, desperate for their mom to notice them, and she's reportedly too busy flexing her consumerist obsession to care. One clip that's got everyone's blood boiling allegedly shows her daughter, poor thing, crying because her room is a sauna with no AC and broken windows. This is in Carolina, where summers are hotter than a jalapeno on a grill. The kid's pleading, saying she can't sleep because it's so stifling. And what does Alexandra allegedly do? Denies her the chance to crash in the living room or anywhere cooler. Just tells her to deal with it and go back to her room. Like, excuse me? Your child is crying because her sleeping situation is unbearable, and you're allegedly prioritizing your live stream over her comfort? That's not just a parenting oopsie, that's a gut punch to anyone with a heart. Let's break this down, because it's wild.
You seen this video? You probably have, because it went pretty viral. This mother is making breakfast for her 1-year-old child, which in this case is donuts and applesauce. Now there is over 40,000 comments on this video, and you'll probably be shocked to find out that not all of them are positive. Now, I have a couple thoughts on this, but first, this woman made a response to that video, and I want to show part of that real quick, and I'll be right back.
My 4-year-old, who's in his Mario costume, is eating butter noodles for breakfast this morning. He wants noodles, butter with Parmesan cheese, so that's what I'm making him.
On top of that, in my pantry, I do have the dreaded powdered donuts.
You know what else I do have in my house? I have strawberries, blueberries, cantaloupe, watermelon. I have healthy choices.
You know, people love to see a small snippet into someone's life and think they know everything about them and judge them. But as Josh pointed out in his video, that woman has other options. Fruits, vegetables, pasta, all sorts of stuff she gives to her child. And let me tell you, the people saying negative things, I guarantee, aren't parents. Everyone is a great parent. before you become a parent. But Liam, donuts have this and that, and that's why America's so unhealthy. Listen, if you want to feel better than the rest of us, why don't you just fucking buy a Prius, move to San Francisco, and start smelling your own farts, okay? Leave the rest of us to live our lives. Okay, bye.
Rumors say this happened around late July or early August 2025, when Carolina's heat is no joke. Think sweaty, sticky, can't breathe levels of misery. A kid shouldn't have to beg to sleep somewhere that doesn't feel like an oven. And broken windows? Allegedly, we're not talking minor cracks, but full-on shattered panes, letting in hot air and who knows what else. No AC in a child's room during a southern summer is bad enough, but denying her a spot in a cooler part of the house, that's next-level cold, and not in a good way. I'm a mom, and yeah, kids can cry over silly things, like when my toddler wailed because his dinosaur toy lost a leg.
Can someone please explain CPS has gotten involved with this woman? She has dead flies and maggots in her house, which we have seen on video. Is this just for views, or is she actually living this way?
You don't coddle every tantrum, but this? A kid crying because she's too hot to sleep? That's a real issue, not a broken macaroni noodle. And the solution is so simple, it's infuriating. Rumors say you can snag a window AC unit for under $100 at Walmart or Home Depot. With Alexandra's alleged TikTok income, that's pocket change. Yet she's reportedly letting her daughter sweat it out while she chats up her audience about her latest haul. It's enough to make you want to yeet your phone across the room. And it doesn't stop there. Another alleged live stream moment has people fuming, a broken window incident. Apparently one of her kids, her daughter again, accidentally broke a window in her room. Kids do dumb stuff. It happens. My own kid once chucked a toy truck at a wall and left a dent we're still explaining to our landlord. But what does Alexandra allegedly do? Instead of getting up to check for glass or, I don't know, make sure her kid isn't stepping on shards, she reportedly keeps streaming, tells the girl to go back to her room, and brushes it off like it's no big deal. Glass on the floor, in a kid's space, and you're sending her back there without cleaning it up? The rumors paint a picture of a mom so glued to her screen that she's ignoring basic safety. It's not just neglectful, it's reckless. Imagine the potential for cuts, infections, or worse, all because she allegedly couldn't pause her TikTok shop flex to parent. It's like watching a train wreck in slow motion, and the kids are the ones stuck on the tracks.
Some of y'all really don't believe me when I say that Donut Mom's house is a disaster most of the time, and let me just show you how I know, because I know. Just to preface, all these screenshots that I show you come directly from her videos that she posted. I have not edited any of them. This one in particular comes from a house tour video that she did to desperately try and convince us that her house is normal and just cluttered. Mind you, she cleaned right before this video was taken. My biggest question is, what's inside your cabinets? If all your pots and pans and cups and cleaning products are sitting out, what's inside your cabinets? She says that all these dishes are clean, all of the dishes in the sink are clean, and this dishwasher is packed full of clean dishes. Okay, if this was normal maintenance of your house, you would not have this many dishes to be cleaned. Okay, this is why we know your house does not stay like this all the time. This is not the way your house normally is. We know you cleaned right before you took this video. Same house tour. This is her bedroom floor.
What's even more maddening is the grifting angle. Rumors are swirling that Alexandra's milking the concern for her kids for views and cash. Every time someone comments, hey, maybe get some AC for your daughter, or clean up that glass, she allegedly ignores it or spins it into more content. It's like she's thriving on the outrage, turning her kids' struggles into a twisted kind of clickbait. And let's talk about those CPS visits. Allegedly multiple ones. Word is people have been so worried that they've called Child Protective Services, and some even got the cops involved. You'd think that kind of heat would be a wake-up call, right? Like, okay, maybe I need to rethink some choices. But according to the gossip, she's doubling down, acting like it's all just haters hating. Thousands of comments pleading for change, and she's allegedly out here like, nah, I'm good. It's not just frustrating, it's heartbreaking. Those kids don't have a voice to say, Mom, we need better.
That is feces. That is rabbit poop all over her floor. She claims that she sweeps it up every single day. Somehow I doubt that. Because this is all rabbit poop. And it's all shoved off to the edge. Sorry, bunnies don't poop into the corner of things. That's pushed out of the way from being there for too long. Again, these are all screenshots from her profile. You can literally see all the flies, all everything. I think that this is actually full of water. That's what that looks like, is full of disgusting water. So Alex, we know you cleaned right before this video to try and gaslight us into thinking that your house is like this all the time.
They're relying on her to step up, and the rumors suggest she's too busy chasing clout to notice. Now, let's pivot to something that's got me raising an eyebrow: the transformation of Alexandra herself. If you scroll back to her older TikTok videos, rumors say you can sort by oldest on mobile, you'll allegedly see a completely different person. Back then, she was lively, full of spark, like someone who was genuinely excited to share her life. Her eyes had light, her energy was up, and she seemed, well, human. Fast forward to now, and the whispers describe a stark contrast. Slow movements, lifeless eyes, like she's going through the motions on autopilot. It's like comparing a vibrant cartoon character to a grayscale version of themselves. What happened? The gossip mill points to a mix of factors: alleged weight gain, anxiety and depression meds, maybe the toll of living in chaos.
Do better at gaslighting us, at least. Just a disclaimer I'll add in here. I am not hating on people with mental health. I am not hating on people who live in these situations. Not at all. I know it's real and I know it exists, and I'm not hating on those people. It's just Alex is profiting off of these situations while actively making this worse for herself and her family. Those kids do not deserve to live in this situation. I'm not saying that this doesn't happen with other people. I'm just saying that it's not normal, and we don't need to normalize it because it's not normal. It shouldn't be normalized. This is disgusting, and it's not normal. It's very obvious that you're struggling, so call it a struggle, not normal mess. It's not normal mess. But truly, I hope that she gets the help that she deserves and that her kids deserve, because this is not fair to anyone.
I'm not here to judge someone's appearance or mental health. We all have our struggles. But when you're allegedly broadcasting a soulless vibe while neglecting your kids, it raises questions. Is this a cry for help she's ignoring, or is the clout chasing numbing her to everything else? Either way, it's a red flag that something's off, and her kids are caught in the fallout. Speaking of fallout, let's talk about the food situation again, because the rumors are serving up a whole new platter of concerns. Alexandra's feeding habits are allegedly still a disaster, and she's not alone in this trend. Enter the 32 pizzas mom, another viral figure who's supposedly taking the junk food crown to new lows. Word is, this mom, sometimes called the boy mom, went viral for a grocery haul that's straight out of a nutritionist's nightmare. We're talking 32 boxes of those cheap dollar store mini pizzas for her 3 boys, plus her and her parents who've moved in. Her kid Brayden allegedly eats 2 of these a day, burning through 20 boxes in 11 days. Y'all, that's not a meal plan. That's a chemical experiment. These aren't homemade pizzas with fresh dough and organic cheese. They're reportedly the kind of processed junk that's more preservatives than nutrition. And the haul doesn't stop there. Rumors list Cinnamon Toast Crunch, oatmeal cream pies, Doritos, Dr. Peppers, and enough mayonnaise to fill a kiddie pool. A few cucumbers and bananas make an appearance, but it's like tossing a salad into a deep fryer and calling it balanced.
Hey look, I get it, you're an exhausted mama, but all I'm really seeing here is plastic and sugar. I'm not sure if the kids are going to be like bouncing off the walls when they go to school, or whether they're just going to be asleep with their head on the desk. I was just about to say we don't have enough sugar on this plate. Hey look, I'm not hating, but I had a hair in my mouth the other day, and I genuinely think it has more nutritional value than this. How dry would you like your breakfast? There's no milk. Where is the milk? Could it possibly be any drier?
5-year-old's plate.
I'm gonna do it, guys. I'm gonna have to skip some. Not exactly Gordon Ramsay out here.
1 eternity later.
7-year-old's plate.
Hang on, 7 years old? You just said they're 8, 5 and 2. You don't even know the age of your own children.
Now, I get it. Feeding a big family is tough, especially if you're stretched thin. But the rumors about this haul aren't just about budget constraints. They're about choices. Allegedly, 32 pizzas. Mom complained about grocery costs while loading up on the cheapest, least nutritious stuff out there. Want to save money? Veggies, eggs, and raw meat are often cheaper and go further. You don't need to go full organic farm to table, but skipping the processed junk for something that actually nourishes your kids? That's not rocket science. And if Braden's eating 2 pizzas a day, whether he's autistic and needs routine or not, rumors say that's a recipe for health issues down the line. Compare that to Alexandra's alleged donut for toddler routine, and it's like they're in a race to the bottom of the nutrition pyramid. Normalizing this kind of feeding isn't just a personal fail. It's setting a dangerous precedent for other parents watching, thinking, hey, if they can do it, so can I.
So I saw the Donut Mom had one of these, and if you know the Donut Mom, then you know. And I wanted to see how hard these things... Oops, forgot to lock it into place. I wanted to see how hard these things really are. And, well, it's not as hard as she makes it seem, not gonna lie. So, yeah. If you need some cheese grated, promise you, these machines aren't that hard to use. Oh, I forgot about this thing. Oh, it's a cheesy mess here.
Spoiler alert, you shouldn't. Let's zoom out for a second and talk about the bigger picture. This drama isn't just about Alexandra or Thanutu Pizza's mom. It's about what social media does to parenting. Platforms like TikTok amplify everything. Good, bad, and downright alarming. When you've got moms allegedly profiting off neglect or unhealthy habits, it sends a message that this is okay, even aspirational. The comment sections are screaming, do better! But the likes and views keep rolling in, and that's the trap. Alexandra's allegedly turning her kids' struggles into content, ignoring the red flags waving in her face. And the audience? We're part of it. Watching, commenting, keeping the cycle going. It's like we're all trapped in this weird reality show where the stakes are real kids' well-being. I'm not saying we boycott or cancel, but maybe we demand more accountability, more effort, more care. Because if the rumors are true, these kids aren't just props in a viral video. They're humans who deserve better. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Girl, are you blowing this out of proportion? Maybe a little, but hear me out. When a kid is allegedly crying about sleeping in a hot, broken-windowed room, or stepping around glass because mom's too busy streaming, that's not just a bad day. That's a pattern. Seeps visits, cop calls, thousands of comments begging for change, and still no shift?
Hi, I just want to talk. Let's talk about Alex, the donut mom. Her pantry literally looks like a chemistry lab. Always feeding them kids lab-engineered snacks. This chick's cooking dinner and literally using already made spaghetti noodles. Genuinely, I want to know who is out here buying pre-spaghettied spaghetti. Is the pot too heavy, Alex? You okay, sweetie? Just blink twice if the boiling water is too much for you. I'm genuinely concerned. Alex, I literally believe in you. Do better. Make the noodles. Out here feeding the kids science experiments. Like, bruh.
That's not me exaggerating. That's a problem. I'm all for empathy, mental health struggles, financial stress, single parenting. It's all real. But when you've got the means, allegedly a house-buying TikTok income, and you're still choosing chaos over change, that's where I draw the line. Those kids aren't asking for a perfect mom. They're asking for a safe, healthy space to grow up. And if Alexandra's allegedly too busy grifting to provide that, it's time to keep talking about it until something gives. So, where do we go from here? The rumors keep piling up. More live streams, more neglect, more junk food hauls. Alexandra's allegedly not slowing down, and neither is the internet's obsession with her. But maybe that's the spark we need. Keep calling it out, keep demanding better, not just for clout, but for those kids. They don't have a platform, but we do. And if we can't make a difference, who will? Now, before we go any further, I have to confess something personal. As a content creator who's all about spilling the gossip with a critical eye, I absolutely loathe mom shaming. Seriously, it's the lowest form of online bullying. Moms are out here juggling a million things: work, kids, partners, or going solo, and the last thing they need is a bunch of keyboard warriors telling them they're doing it wrong. I've got my own little chaos crew at home, and I know firsthand how exhausting it can be. If a mom is trying her best, building a loving space for her kids, even if it's not picture perfect, who am I to judge? Different strokes for different folks, right? But, and this is a big but, there's a line where concern kicks in, especially when it comes to kids. Rumors suggest that Alexandra's situation might be teetering on that edge, where what she's allegedly showing isn't just clutter or quirky parenting, but something that could be harming her children. And that's where my witty, fun-loving self turns a bit serious. Because if the allegations are even half true, we're not talking about shaming. We're talking about shining a light on potential issues that need addressing.
So I wasn't going to do it, but let's talk about the donut controversy. I'm a mom of 4. I have 2 toddlers at home right now, and my last born was born very sick, and long story short, she went through a lot in her first couple months of life. I went through a lot in my pregnancy. That led me to having the worst, severe anxiety, separation anxiety, postpartum depression I have ever had. Trigger warning here, but SI. And cooking was my nemesis. I don't know why, but anytime I had to prepare food for my family, it would completely leave me undone. It was also the reason that I took off of social media for basically an entire year. Every time I would try to come on here or post anything, I would receive any kind of hate, and it would make things worse. Now, seeing how awful people can be to somebody like a content creator, regardless of how she lives or what she feeds her kids, we need to remember that they are human beings with human emotions and feelings, and we have no idea what they're going through. I had people literally tell me that I was an unfit mother because of what my daughter went through. And I typically don't let people get to me, but that's a good way to hurt somebody. So maybe when you're just doing the best you can, we can just support each other in that. Because at the end of the day, she's feeding her kids. And at the end of the day, there are much worse mothers out there. I think we can all collectively agree as mothers, we do the best that we can for our kids. And sometimes my kids eat donuts, and sometimes my kids eat broccoli. And both of those times, I'm an incredible mom. And so are you.
No one should have to white-knuckle through that alone. But here's the rub. Justifying it as normal or relatable and then profiting off it, that's where the line blurs. Allegedly, she's turning these glimpses into content gold, raking in views and presumably cash from TikTok. And if the whispers are accurate, she's got the means to seek help. Therapy, meds, supported systems. But instead, it's like she's doubling down on the chaos. It's rumored that she brushes off concerns, saying it's just how life is, but that doesn't sit right. Mental health issues deserve empathy, absolutely, but they don't excuse putting kids in harm's way. If you're allegedly locking kids in rooms to keep the mess contained or letting filth build up to unsafe levels, that's not managing. That's neglecting. And as much as I want to be the fun, approachable gossip queen here, I can't ignore that. Kids come first, always. Shifting gears to the snack saga, because this is where Donut Mom allegedly earned her nickname, and it's a doozy. Rumors have it that she's feeding her 1-year-old donuts as snacks, not a rare treat, but part of the routine. A donut for a toddler? Allegedly, yes.
Here's the thing, though. I hate mom shaming. I don't think there's anything worse than putting down a mom who's actively trying and working towards building a healthy environment for her kids. It doesn't matter if you don't agree with it. It doesn't matter if it's not what you would do. I don't like mom shaming. The issue that I am currently battling with amongst myself is Donut Mom. Alex Sabol. I'm struggling. I think that she is mentally unwell, and I think that her children are suffering. So as much as I hate shaming mothers, I can't stand seeing children have to suffer because of situations that their parents have put them in. One of her most recent videos was a home tour where she explained that her house was not filthy, it was just cluttered.
And not just any donut, but the kind loaded with sugar, glaze, and all the bells and whistles. Now, I'm no health guru, but from what the rumors echo about guidelines from places like pediatric associations, kids under 2 shouldn't touch added sugar. Zero, zilch, nada. It's alleged that experts warn against it because it sets up bad habits early, leading to addiction-like cravings. Sugar hits that dopamine button hard. You get the high, then the crash, and suddenly you're chasing more. For adults, it's tough enough to resist. For a tiny human with zero impulse control, it's like handing them the keys to a candy store and saying, "Go wild." And the alleged examples don't stop at donuts. There's talk of her trying healthy snacks like apples with peanut butter, but portioned out like it's for a linebacker, not a toddler. A full adult-sized apple slathered with heaps of peanut butter on every slice. For a 1-year-old? Come on, that's not balanced. That's overload. Rumors suggest this kind of feeding promotes unhealthy eating from the jump, contributing to things like childhood obesity, which is allegedly a massive issue, especially here in America. Stats floating around in the gossip mill say if a kid has one obese parent, their risk jumps 50%.
I am a mother of 2. We're fairly low income. We're middle class, below a little bit. We both work full-time jobs, me and my husband, and let me show you what cluttered looks like in a small house versus absolutely filthy and dirty. This is by no means me saying I'm better than anyone, but this is my baby's corner. Hence how it has all of her things in one corner. You can barely walk past it. Here's my toddler's corner. We have a small living room, so this is what we live with. This is where we put our toys, this is where we put our things. We live here, we're a living room family. We all like to be together, so we keep all of our things in one area, in one room. That's the living room.
2 obese parents? 80%. And yes, the rumors label childhood obesity as a form of abuse because it's preventable harm. You're allegedly wiring their brains and bodies for lifelong struggles. Diabetes, heart issues, self-esteem hits. All for what? Clout? A quick video laugh? It's rumored that parents like this defend it with, well, at least they're eating, but that doesn't fly. Your prized possession, your child, deserves nutrition that builds them up, not breaks them down with excessive sodium, processed junk, and sugar bombs. What's even wilder is that, allegedly, Alexandra has the resources to do better. Rumors say she's making bank from TikTok, enough to buy a house, sustain a steady income, the works. So why not invest in help? Hire a housekeeper for weekly deep cleanse, a nutritionist for meal plans, or even a service to handle the trash and bugs. It's not about expecting perfection. With 3 kids, chaos is inevitable. But allegedly, her home is far from hygienic. Unsafe items within reach, no real play space, and kids living in what sounds like a biohazard zone. As a stay-at-home mom, she's there all day, every day, marinating in this with her children. And instead of reaching out, rumors say there are creators offering free cleanings, organizing tips, decluttering collabs. She's allegedly monetizing the mess, turning deplorable conditions into content series, ignoring pleas for change, and normalizing it all.
It's a bit of a disaster. It has all of her things. However, there's room for her to play. There are no bugs. There are no animals. There is no poop anywhere on the floor. And I have 2 dogs. If an animal shits on your floor and you don't pick it up and you say, well, I do it every day at the end of the day. No, you need to do it as soon as the animal... My life is cluttered. My life is messy. I genuinely believe that it's abuse to allow your children to grow up in hoarding filth, bugs, animals, no space for them to play, locked away in a room so that it doesn't affect your life. And I'm struggling with it because I think something should be done. And I'm sorry that she has mental health issues, but justifying her actions for her life, saying that it's normal and relatable, are not okay. She should not be profiting off of it. And I feel like something needs to be done.
Is it rage bait? Carelessness? Whatever it is, the kids are the ones paying the price. And that's what twists my gut. All right, my beautiful chaos crew. That's a wrap on part 2 of the Donut Mom drama, but I have a feeling this tea's not done steeping. What do you think? Am I overreacting? Or is this as wild as it sounds? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I know y'all have opinions, and I'm here for every spicy take. If this video got you fired up, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss the next chapter. Because trust me, with Alexandra Sabol, there's always more. Let's keep the conversation going, but let's do it with heart. Because at the end of the day, it's about those kids getting the love and care they deserve. Until next time, stay sassy, stay kind, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out, loves!